Chosen one, if you're hearing this right now, it's not by accident. God has a message for you. He said you are more powerful than angels. And I know what you're thinking. How can that be? Me? I'm just a human. I make mistakes, I fall, I struggle, but God doesn't choose the perfect. He perfects the chosen. You've been fighting battles no one sees. You've cried silent tears. You've walked through fire and never gave up. And now heaven is speaking. The truth is, angels were created to serve. But you were created to reign. You carry something angels do not. A divine choice, a soul infused with the breath of God, the power to create, to love, to transform. Open your heart, open your spirit, because once you understand who you really are, nothing in this world or the next will be able to stop you. Let's begin. Most people have no idea who you really are. They see your flesh, your face, your failures, but they don't see what God hid inside you. The truth is, you were not just created for this world. You were sent by God, chosen before time, marked by His Spirit. While angels were formed to carry out commands, you were designed to carry divine authority. God gave angels strength, yes, but to you He gave His image. That means you are not just a servant in the kingdom, you are a carrier of it. This is the divine secret. Angels operate by instruction, but you operate by revelation. That's why they wonder about you. That's why they're assigned to protect you. Because when you step into who you truly are, when your spirit awakens to the authority you carry, the entire spiritual world reacts. You have the power to speak life, to shift atmospheres, to walk through darkness and still shine. Even angels pause when a chosen one stands in their full identity. Heaven knows it, hell fears it, but do you believe it? You are powerful not because of what you own, not because of your talents or appearance, but because of what was planted in you by God Himself. The angels have might, they have presence, they have glory. But they do not have choice. You do. That choice, the ability to choose righteousness in a fallen world, is one of the greatest powers in all creation. When Lucifer fell, he lost that. But you, chosen one, you walk every day with the chance to align your will with God's, to carry His Spirit into a dark and broken world. That is power, real power. Heaven watches you with awe because you operate in a realm angels only observe, the realm of faith. Angels see the throne. You believe in it without seeing. They witness God's glory. You choose to carry it by faith. That alone sets you apart. But it's more than that. Inside of you is something eternal, something that didn't begin at your birth and won't end at your death. You carry the breath of God. The same breath that spoke stars into existence lives in you. That's why demons tremble when you pray. That's why you've felt resistance your whole life. Because hell knows you have the ability to destroy it, not by sword, but by truth, not by wings, but by faith. And you need to know this. Angels were sent to assist you, not to replace you. They are messengers. You are the message. That's what makes you powerful. That's what makes you dangerous to darkness. From the outside, you may look ordinary. You've probably even been overlooked, underestimated, and misunderstood. But chosen one, your true power has never been in what people see. It's always been in what heaven placed within you. And the moment you believe that, deeply, fully, without apology, that's the moment your power begins to awaken. Not the kind of power that dominates, but the kind that transforms, the kind that heals, the kind that breaks chains and sets captives free. That's why you're here. That's why you've been chosen. And that's why the battle is about to intensify. If you are chosen, you will suffer. This is not a punishment, it's a process. From the beginning, those marked by God were never given easy roads. Look at Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, forgotten in prison. Yet every trial was preparing him for the throne. Look at David, anointed as king, yet hunted like a criminal, forced to hide in caves. Even Jesus, the Son of God, was led into the wilderness before he stepped into his mission. Why? Because trials reveal identity. Fire doesn't destroy gold, it refines it. You wonder why your life has been so hard, why rejection follows you, why people lie about you, leave you, break you, why doors close, why plans fail, why pain visits you over and over again. It's because you're dangerous. The enemy doesn't waste time attacking the weak. He goes after the ones who carry something eternal. The ones who, if they ever fully awaken, will shake the foundations of darkness. That's you. You've been targeted because you've been trusted. Trusted by God with weight, with purpose, with power. The pressure you feel is proof of the calling you carry. But listen closely. Every tear you've cried, God has counted. Every sleepless night He has seen. Every moment you almost gave up, heaven held you. Because this path you walk is sacred. You're not being broken to be destroyed. You're being broken to be rebuilt, stronger, wiser, more dangerous to hell. You are being shaped into someone the world cannot ignore. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. Chosen one, your trials are not random, they are tailor-made for your elevation. God uses betrayal to teach discernment. He uses loneliness to build intimacy with Him. He uses pain to make you unshakable. The attacks you've survived have been preparing you for the authority you're about to walk in. You didn't come this far to quit now. You were born for this. Every scar, every storm, every silent battle, it all has meaning. And soon you will see why it had to happen the way it did. Now that you understand who you are and why you've suffered, it's time to face what lies beneath it all. The invisible war surrounding your life. From the moment you were born, there has been a battle over you. Not because you were weak, but because heaven saw your potential and hell saw the threat. This is not a metaphor, it's not religious language, it's truth. You were marked by God for something eternal, and that mark made you a target. The enemy didn't come after your talents, he came after your mind. He came after your heart. He came after your identity. If he could keep you confused about who you are, he could delay your destiny. That's why you've battled with self-doubt. That's why anxiety has tried to paralyze you. That's why depression has tried to bury you. These weren't just emotions, they were weapons. Weapons formed in the spirit realm to keep you small, silent, and stuck. But chosen one, even in your lowest moments, something inside you refused to die. Even when you didn't understand it, your spirit fought back. Because what's in you is stronger than what's against you. This spiritual war has touched every area of your life, your family, your finances, your relationships, your health. Sometimes you thought God was silent, but He wasn't. He was watching. He was training your hands for battle, teaching your spirit how to endure, showing you how to discern what others couldn't see. You learned how to pray in the dark. You learned how to walk by faith when everything around you was falling apart. And now, you're not the same person you were. You've gained spiritual weight. You've gained wisdom, you've gained weapons. The reason your life has been filled with strange resistance cycles of loss, unexpected betrayal is because you don't just carry a personal calling, you carry generational authority. Your awakening breaks chains that have held your bloodline captive for decades. The darkness that fought your parents now fears you. The curses that plagued your ancestors meet their end in you. You were born to be the interruption. You were chosen to be the deliverer. And this is why the spiritual battle has intensified, because your very existence threatens every lie hell has built. The enemy doesn't fear church attendance. He fears identity. He fears you discovering what God put in you. He fears you standing up and speaking light into darkness. That's why you've been attacked before you even knew your power, but now things are shifting. You're waking up. You're seeing it clearly. You're no longer just surviving, you're rising. And once a chosen one rises, the enemy knows his time is short. But remember this, you do not fight alone. Heaven backs you, angels surround you, the Spirit of God lives in you. You are not weak even when you feel tired. You are not lost even when you don't see the path. You are not broken even when you feel wounded. You are equipped, covered, called, and dangerous. And as long as you keep standing, nothing can stop what God is about to do through you. You've walked through the fire, you've faced the darkness, you've stood alone, wounded, confused, and still something inside you never let go. That something was power, not the kind the world celebrates, not noise, not popularity, not pride, but real power, quiet, invisible, divine, the kind of power that grows in silence, the kind that matures in pain, the kind that waits for the right moment to rise. And now, chosen one, that moment has come. Your awakening doesn't start with a miracle. It starts with remembrance. You're not becoming someone new. You're remembering who you've always been. Before the fear, before the rejection, before the lies, before life tried to shrink you, deep inside you the flame never died. It was buried but not broken, hidden but still alive. And now, it's igniting again. With every truth you receive, with every chain you break, with every breath you take in alignment with God's voice, you awaken, and this awakening changes everything. Suddenly you see clearly. You see through deception. You feel energies around you. You sense what is from God and what is not. Your spiritual senses become sharp. The noise of the world fades. Your discernment grows stronger. People may call it intuition, but you know it's something deeper. It's the Spirit of God speaking within you. And you begin to move differently. You stop chasing validation. You stop tolerating lies. You start protecting your peace. You start speaking truth even when it costs you everything. Because now you know you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out, and as you awaken, your power begins to overflow. Your words carry weight, your presence shifts rooms, your prayers shake spiritual realms. Demons that once tormented you now flee at your voice. Doors that stayed shut for years begin to open. The same people who mocked you now sense something they can't explain. Because what's rising inside you isn't ego, it's authority, holy authority, the kind that commands respect without speaking loud, the kind that carries heaven's DNA. But understand this, your power is not just for you. It was never meant to stop at you. You are awakening so others can wake up through you. Your story will break chains in others. Your scars will become someone's survival guide. Your voice will be a trumpet in a generation drowning in lies. That's why you had to go through it. That's why God allowed the fire. because he needed someone who had been tested, someone who had been crushed, someone who didn't just know power but knew compassion, someone who could walk in glory without pride. That someone is you. You're not who you used to be. You're not even who you were yesterday. Every step, every trial, every tear has been shaping you for this very moment. And now, heaven is watching. Angels are standing by. Demons are retreating, because the one they feared is no longer asleep. You're awake, fully awake, and your power has just begun. Now that you know the truth, there's no going back. You've seen too much, felt too much, endured too much to pretend you're ordinary. You are not here by chance. You didn't survive by luck. You were chosen, not for comfort, not for applause, but for purpose, for war, for impact. Heaven assigned you to this generation because God knew what He placed in you. He saw the strength in your silence, the fire in your bones, the fight in your soul, and He said, "This one is ready." You weren't called to blend in. You were called to disrupt, to break patterns, to destroy cycles, to confront darkness that others are too afraid to face. You were chosen to be a light in a world addicted to shadows. You are the voice hell hoped would stay silent, the warrior it tried to bury, the seed it thought would never grow. But here you are, standing, breathing, rising, and the world has no idea what's about to be unleashed through you. Yes, it will cost you. Being chosen always does. You'll lose people, you'll outgrow places, you'll walk alone, you'll be misunderstood, but you won't be empty. Because everything you lose in the natural, God replaces in the spirit. You will gain power, you will gain clarity, you will walk in divine alignment. And you will watch God use your life as proof that the chosen cannot be stopped. You were chosen for this moment, not tomorrow, not someday. Now chosen to speak when others stay quiet, to love when others hate, to build when others tear down. You were chosen to carry heaven into hellish places, to be the answer to prayers prayed by generations before you. You are the fulfillment of prophecy, the evidence that God is still moving, still calling, still choosing. So walk boldly, love deeply, speak truthfully, stand fearlessly. The battles you fought were never just about you. They were preparing you for the people who will follow you. People who are still trapped in the same chains you broke. People who are still blinded by the lies you've already overcome. Your freedom will unlock theirs. Your obedience will open doors for nations. You are more powerful than you think, more called than you feel, more protected than you know. Heaven chose you, hell fears you, earth needs you. Now go and walk like the chosen one you are.